Hi, I'm Alan Marshall, Chief Communications and Engagement Officer for the Fort Smith Public Schools. And I'm here with Ms. Zena Featherston Marshall. And I thought this would be a great time to take an opportunity to acknowledge the great work that Zena has and also to interview her. So I'm looking forward to this opportunity, a Marshall to Marshall conversation. So Zena, let's discuss your background. Who were your mentors? What did they impart to you?
I started my working life working for the Department of the Army in Stuttgart, Germany. I wasn't military, but I was civilian with the Department of the Army.
Oh.
And, it was an interesting time. I lived there for about 4 years and then came back to Fort Smith and worked with a fellow by the name of John McIntosh. He had an ad agency in town at the time. He's largely responsible for the Unexpected project downtown. John's creativity, his love for our community always stands out as one of those folks who I admire for what they've been able to accomplish in town. Cathy Williams, who is a longtime educator, retired educator. She serves on the Fort Smith Public Schools Foundation board. She was a career and technical education teacher when I began to work for the Fort Smith Public Schools. And she eventually became the Partners in Education coordinator, and I worked a lot with her. I can't forget Dr. Benny Gooden, who I worked for 24 years. He likes to tell people that, work is what he does, and certainly that is true. I treasure the time that I had to learn from him and all that he has been able to accomplish in the Fort Smith area and with the Fort Smith Public Schools. Yes.
Well, tell me this. What did you think about business and community partnerships? Did you always kind of know that you might be interested in doing that?
The business and community partnerships really gives me an opportunity to work with people, building relationships. And so I don't know that I knew that was what I would end my career doing, but to tell stories and to learn from other people, that's really where I feel like I've been able to accomplish a lot.
Right. Describe to me your first day at Fort Smith Public Schools.
So I just laugh about that because Norma was very, very structured, and everything was very precision. And she came in and she sat down with my paperwork. She said, "You don't use enough commas." And I thought for a moment, and I was like, well, if that's really all her criticism for me, then that's pretty good. But I proceeded to argue about why you might or might not use too many commas. And so anyway, so she and I laughed about that for a lot of years. It was like, not enough commas, huh? Okay, I'll take that.
So tell me, after 32 years,
Mm-hmm.
man, 32 years, that's a big number. What do you want your legacy to be here from Fort Smith Public Schools?
So my legacy, we could talk about things, but I think my legacy, if I were to choose, would be that that I've left what I've accomplished in such a shape that it can help you be more successful in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So legacy would not necessarily be about me, but it's continued success for the school district and for what you guys will accomplish in the years to come.
What does success look like to you after 32 years?
Success. I really, over the years, you really get busy. And I think I told you this the other day. You really get busy and you get wrapped up in what the things are that you're supposed to do every day. But making time to go sit down with the young people that educators are teaching and get to know something about them and where they are in their world, is perhaps the most important thing that we can do.
Now, tell me this. What do our students and our children mean to you?
Well, they are, it may be glib to say, but they are our future, and we have to depend upon them to take care of us. They're going to be left with the great responsibility of this world, and so we better do our best to ensure that they have everything that they need to be successful in the future. That depends, that's for them, that's for their children, but it's also for us.
You know, I think when I think about you, I think about your service and your compassion and the things that you bring to the table, not only, from a fundraising standpoint, but also from just a networking relationship standpoint. I want to ask you a personal question. What does Fort Smith Public Schools mean to you?
So Fort Smith, I graduated from Fort Smith Public Schools. It is a place that my children attended and graduated from. They have become successful in their own right because of the good work of teachers and school secretaries and the custodial staff and principals. I see it now as, again, that future for every child. And I've always seen it as the future, but now I'm living, I'm watching the next generation of folks come up. We see people like Maggie Rice, who graduated from Southside High School in the early 2000s. She was a student council president, and I'm very proud of what she's accomplished with the city. You see people like Dalton Person, who's our school board president. And so we have cultivated a group of people who are very willing to step into difficult situations and serve the community. It's fun to think about the number of us who are here and have worked together along to build something that, again, we hope can lead to success lead to continued success in the future.
I'll ask you one final question. And as you look back over your 32 years, what would you say that people would say that your legacy, Zena Featherston Marshall?
Again, we could go back to the things. We can talk about the millage several years ago. There was a team of us who worked together and were able to pass something that has done great things for the school district. So, the things that I've contributed to, that's only one, but it was always as a team. And so I think with the district, there's no way to be successful without being a part of a bigger organization. And so I hope that I've done my part to help build the team in Fort Smith or to the advantage of the students and parents and the community at large.
Well, thank you, my friend, so much for your 32 years. I wanted to have a conversation with you as we pass the torch from one Marshall to another.
Hey,
Thank you.
good luck.
Thank you.